Nina nám ide dať 30-minútovú prezentáciu, na konci si dáme Q&A, určite využite tento priestor a pýtajte sa na čokoľvek. Žije v Dánsku, hej, nielen, že teraz vyučuje na tej škole a teda pracuje pre školu, ale tiež tam žije dlhé roky a pozná všetky tie systémy, čiže pýtajte sa aj o meste, aj o škole, aj konkrétne o programe. Ona sa teda bude zameriavať hlavne na business administration. Využite túto príležitosť, že si našla čas. Myslím si, že by sme mohli aj začať. Na konci teda sa určite, keď sa budete pýtať otázky, napíšte ich do chatu. Ja sa budem snažiť prečítať Nine každú jednu z nich, aby sme tomu dali nejakú štruktúru. A poďme na to. Ja si vypínam kameru a dávam slovo Nine. So Nina, if you want, you can take over. I'm gonna switch off my camera now.
Yes, and I'm gonna share my screen. I hope you can all see it. So my name is Nina, and I'm representing Aarhus BSS, Aarhus University, which you, I guess, already know. What I will be talking about today is the different campuses at Aarhus BSS and Aarhus University. And then I'm gonna tell you about the Bachelor of Science in Economics and Business Administration that we offer. Then about the admission requirements, about the student life in Aarhus and in Herning, because in Herning we have another campus. A bit about the budget and housing, our career services, and then some contact information. So, Aarhus University is situated in the very heart of Scandinavia, in Denmark, which is just above Germany and just under Norway and Sweden, if you're in doubt. So the city of Aarhus is the second biggest city in Denmark, and it's situated 200 kilometers from the borders to Germany. 1 hour from the city of Aarhus, you'll find a smaller city, which is called Herning, and here we have another campus. So Denmark is around 5.7 million people, and a fun fact about Denmark is actually that regardless of where you are in Denmark, you're never more than 1 hour from the seaside. Some key facts about our university. Actually, we have 3 different campuses. We have our main campus in Aarhus. Then we have the business campus, also called Aarhus BSS. And then we have the AU Herning campus in the city of Herning. It is a big university. We have 38,000 students, and 12% of them are international students. And we're also proud to say that we have more than 150 nationalities. At Aarhus BSS in the business school, we have 11,700 students, where the majority are bachelor students and next after then master students. So as a business student, you will study at our Aarhus BSS campus, and it looks like this. So as you can see in the photo to the right hand side, it's very, very modern, very, very Scandinavian. And let me show you some of the facilities inside. We have these big rooms, like to the one in the upper corner to the left hand side, which is a multi-room. This is where you can do a lot of group work. You can eat your lunch. There's a canteen very close by. We, of course, have big auditoriums where a professor or lecturer will stand in front of you, give a presentation. Then we have smaller classrooms where you will have tutorials. And tutorials, they are a bit more like you know it from high school. So it will be less people, like 25 students. And you will solve projects, you will solve real cases. You will do maybe a presentation yourself in your groups. Of course, you also will need some facilities to study. And here we have a lot of good places to study. For example, we have this study room to the right-hand side in the bottom. We also have some quiet rooms. We have study group rooms you can book. And let me just show you some of our photos from our libraries. To the left-hand side, you find the library from Aarhus BSS. And here you will find the quiet rooms. You can find bigger study rooms. You can book the study group rooms. And you will find group rooms all over the university. To the right-hand side, you will see a photo from another library. It's called the Royal Library, and it's a bit closer to the main campus. And this is a library with a lot of great facilities. So besides the study places, the quiet places, the group rooms, you will also find a canteen in this Royal Library. You will also in the basement find facilities such as massage chairs, a meditation room, a PlayStation room. You will find ping pong tables. You will find so many things in this library. And as a business student, you will have 24/7 access to this. You will be starting at the campus that I just showed you. But in 2025, we are actually building a brand new Aarhus BSS campus. And I also want to show you some of the photos from this campus. Right now, it's being built. So it will still be very Scandinavian with a lot of space. You will find it very modern. You will find bright rooms. There will be a lot of lights and windows. So you will again find very, very good facilities to study in. And just to show you a bit and give you an idea of how far it is. So you will find right now the Aarhus BSS campus to the left-hand side in the corner of the road. If you follow the road, you will find the Royal Library, which is very close to the main campus. And we're in the red buildings to the right-hand side of the main campus right now. This is where we will build the new Aarhus BSS Campus 2.0. So that actually means that we will gather everything together around the university park. And just to give you an idea of how it looks like, so all the yellow buildings is the university right now. And to the right-hand side of the road, all the red buildings will be the new Campus 2.0 or the new Aarhus BSS campus. We also have a smaller campus in the city of Herning. Here we only have 2,000 students, but a big higher percentage of international students. Again, it's very modern, very, very bright and white. You will have green areas. Of course, you will also find the same facilities like big multi-rooms, like lecture halls, and also study rooms. You will also find classrooms as well. This is a photo from above at the Aarhus BSS campus. So to the left hand side in the upper corner, you'll find student dormitories. So this is a huge difference from the campus in Aarhus, because the campus in Herning is more often compared to an American campus, as you often live on campus. To the left-hand side of the road, in the very white building, you find the university itself. And to the right-hand side of the road with the black roof, you find a building with more than 100 companies. So as you can figure out, you will get a very, very close connection to the companies when you study at this campus. So let's get to it. Let's talk about the Bachelor of Science in Economics and Business Administration. It is a 3-year-long program, and it's offered both at our main campus in Aarhus and at our campus in Herning. It's a high-quality program with international teachers, and the reason I can say that for sure is that if you notice to the right-hand side in the bottom, you'll see 3 different logos. ASCSB, you find AMBA, and you find EQUIS. These 3 logos actually mean something, because it means that our business school is Triple Crown accredited. And a Triple Crown accredited business school is one of the finest business schools in the world. You cannot get more than a Triple Crown. You can have a double crown, you can have a single crown, you can also have no crowns, but the Triple Crown is the best you can have as a business school. And this is also your guarantee that this program is very good. We are a research-based university, which also will mean that your professors and your teachers will also be researchers. So you will get the newest information. A very good thing about taking the bachelor's degree program with us is that it gives you direct access to our master programs, also in economics and business administration. And whereas the bachelor's program will give you a solid foundation within business and economics, the master's program will specialize you. So as you can see, we have a lot of different specializations to choose among, but let me first show you the Bachelor's of Science in Economics and Business Administration. So as said, it is a 3-year-long program, and the program structure is a bit different from the campus in Aarhus and from the campus in Herning. So in the campus in Aarhus, you will, the first 4 semesters, have mandatory courses that will cover all areas within business. And this is what will give you this solid foundation within business. During the 5th semester, you can choose electives either at our university or you can study abroad. We have a lot of great exchange partners where you can study abroad even though you are already abroad. During the 6th semester, you will write your bachelor's project, and then you will also have 2 other courses. As said, we also have a smaller campus in the city of Herning. And here you will have the exact same courses as in Aarhus, but you will also have the blue courses. And these blue courses, they are project-oriented courses. And that basically means that they have been made in collaboration with companies. So you will solve real cases, which will give you a bit more practical and hands-on experience. Now, maybe it seems that you will have a bigger workload, but this is actually not the case. You will just have you'll just not have the opportunity to go on exchange during the 5th semester. So you will have project-oriented courses instead of an exchange semester. So how do you apply for admission to this program? Well, first of all, you will need a qualifying examination, which will be your diploma from your upper secondary school. Most Czech and Slovak secondary school exams will be considered a qualifying examination unless they are vocational. But actually, there's a website where you can check whether or not it's considered qualifying. Then you will also need to fulfill the specific admission requirements. And these are English, then it's mathematics, and then it's either history or social science or economics. So the English must be fulfilled by an English test. Mathematics and history or social science or economics will be from your secondary school exam. So level B is a term used for subject levels in Denmark. It's nothing to do with grades or marks, but in Denmark we have level A being advanced level, we have level B being intermediate, and then we have level C being basic. In order to assess whether or not you live up to the admission requirements, well, then you will have to submit documentation for the number of instruction hours you have had in your secondary school in these subjects, together with course descriptions. And then our admissions office will compare your course descriptions and number of instruction hours with the ones that a Danish student have in high school. And it will also be based on our admissions office knowledge about your kind of exam, about your specialization. For example, if you have taken a specialization within science, humanities, linguistics. And then we also have a tool called the examination handbook, which is actually a handbook that our government hands out, where we also need to follow the regulations in this handbook. About the English language requirement, we accept the TOEFL test where you need 83 points, the IELTS test where you need 6.5, and the Cambridge test where you will need either grade A, B, or C if it's the advanced test, or grade A if it's the first certificate. So, what should you upload and how to apply? Well, you apply on our online portal called optagelse.dk. And here you submit documentation for your secondary school diploma and your grade transcripts from your final 3 to 4 years. If you haven't passed it yet, well, then you have time to submit it later. Then you also need to upload documentation for your English test, for your subject levels, including course descriptions and instruction hours in math and English, in math and history and social science. And then documentation of your citizenship and other educational documents. It can be if you have already studied at a university, maybe you have taken supplementary courses, maybe summer courses, well, then upload that as well. You might also have other relevant documentation. It could be a period abroad, it could be working experience, it could be volunteer work as well. So all these things you have to upload to your application on this portal. Some of the deadlines for you is that 1st of February, like 15 days ago, the portal opened up, and you must submit your application before 15th of March. I would strongly advise you not to wait until 14th or 15th of March, because if something goes wrong for you, the system maybe has challenges, well, then you do not have time to write to the admissions office and get an answer. So if you know you want to apply, then submit your application as soon as possible. By the 5th of July at 12 noon, you have the final documentation deadline, which means that if you are in high school or your secondary school exam right now, well, then you have until 5th of July to submit documentation for that high school. By 28th of July, you will get the final answers of whether you have been offered admission or rejection letter. And by 3rd of August, you will have to confirm an offered student place the latest. In late August, you will have intro days, and in late August or early September, you will start your studies. A bit about the student life in Aarhus and in Herning. So here we have photos from Aarhus. Even though it's the second biggest city in Denmark and not the capital, and Copenhagen is the capital, well, then actually Aarhus is the capital of students, which means that 1 out of 5 inhabitants are students. So we have the highest population of students, of course, making this city very young and very vibrant. You will find a lot of student activities in this city, and not only student activities, but also in general for non-students. You will find pub quizzes, you will find flea markets, you will find bars, restaurants, cafes, you will find parks, you will find just a bunch of sport activities as well. As you saw in the map, we are very close to the seaside, so you can basically take your bike and bike from the university campus and be at the seaside within 15 minutes. Of course, we also have student events at the university. In the bottom to the left-hand side, you will find one called the regatta, or the big boat race, where several student associations compete against each other, and you will, of course, support your own student association. It is actually Europe's biggest student event, and it gathers up to 30,000 students in the university park. Of course, we also have architecture. Here is some of the old architecture, but we also have fancy, new, modern, very Scandinavian architecture, and a whole new area called the Aarhus Ø, where you can find a lot of modern, great new facilities. The city of Herning also have a student city life. It's not as busy as in Aarhus, but you will still find museums. You will find one of the biggest venues for sport events and for concerts with international names. You will have access to a bit more raw nature, because to the western part of Denmark, it is a bit more raw than to the eastern part. About the budget and housing. So I often hear, is it expensive to live in Denmark? And yes, it can be, but I think it's definitely manageable. We have an estimated student budget of 950 euros per month, and this includes your rent, which will be the biggest post, food and utilities, the next biggest post of 300 euros approximately, and then for books and gym, phone, transport, socializing, public transport as well. So together 950 euros. You can do it for less, yes. You can also do it for more, depends on you. What is expensive in Denmark is taking taxis. It's not like just taking an Uber. Uber is actually not legal here in Denmark, so taxis are quite expensive. Also, it's expensive to eat out, so you cannot expect to go out and eat every single day. So if you shop in a grocery shop, if you cook at home, then definitely it's manageable. Also, we do not have any tuition fees for European citizens, so of course this also helps. And we have something called the student grant. I will not say so much about it, but you can read more about it in this website, which is also for international students if you work for minimum 11 hours. Is it hard to find student accommodation in Aarhus? Well, Aarhus is a popular city. We are the capital of students, but we have a housing provider called Student Housing Aarhus, where you can apply for a dorm or a bedroom apartment, and it works like you're making a profile in this website, and then you prioritize your desired dorms and apartments. And in the very end, there is a box you can tick off saying I want housing guarantee, and this means that you are guaranteed one offer by semester start. So you will know that you will get one offer by semester start. Maybe this offer will not be from your desired prioritized list, but you can still keep this list in the system. As said, in this website called Student Housing Aarhus, well, then you can just apply, and I would recommend you to apply when you have applied for your university studies, but earliest the 1st of March, because you can only start your application 6 months before study start. The price range is between 330 to 550 euros. And please also note that when you receive an offer, it has actually been sent to 5 to 20 people. So you also need to be fast in responding. We know that, of course, you would like to have a very, very good degree in order to have a bright career. And we would like to give you a head start on your career. So this is actually why we have a free career service. We have a team that handles the career events here at Aarhus BSS. They host an AU International Student Job Fair. They have their own job bank. They are providing a program called Career Management Skills, where you will learn how to write CV in a Danish context, where you will learn about the Danish labor market, where you will have career workshops. Another thing in pipeline, only in the master's program though, is what is called a mentor program. And here you will be matched with alumni and with some of our partner companies, where you will do mentoring and job shadowing. Again, to give you a head start on your career so you can learn about the Danish labor market. We also have a lot of partner companies, and they visit our campus. They will go there with a booth where you can go and have a chat with them, and in that way, create a relation to the company. If you have entrepreneur dreams, well, then we have support for you if you want to start up your own company. Some of the career facts, this is for master students, but I can say when you take the bachelor's program with us, as I mentioned, you have direct access to our master programs, and I would highly recommend you to take the masters, because at least if you want to pursue a career here in Denmark, because most students will take a master degree, so the competition is a bit high if you do not also take a master's degree. So most students have a relevant student job. We are very proud to say also that the employment rate is really, really good. So 92% of our graduates have a job after 1 year, which is really good. The average monthly salary is 5,000 euros per month for graduates and 8,000 euros per month after 10 years. 85% work in the private sector, and many of our graduates, they actually work internationally, either in big international companies here in Denmark or in Danish companies abroad or in other international companies. So why should you choose Aarhus BSS? Well, we are a highly ranked university, among the top 100 QS ranked among 25,000 universities. So as you can figure out, we are a really good university. As I also mentioned, we have the Triple Crown accreditation. At our university, there is an informal tone and equality. And what I mean by that is that your professor, they will never drag you down. They are there to help you. So they also have an open office. You will not find a very, very big hierarchy. So what you will need is critical thinking. Yes, you are allowed to disagree with your professor or your teacher as long as you can argument for your case. This is also what I mean about equality. So we are kind of equal here in Denmark with a very flat hierarchy. And this is a reason why I think we are very good at educating people. Another thing I want to emphasize is that as a student here, you will be able to live the good life because you will have a great work-life balance and also study-life balance. You will have time for your studies, you will have time for a student job, and then you will also have time for a social life, which is equally important. Another thing, a reason why I think you should choose Aarhus BSS is that we have a low unemployment rate, as I just mentioned, for our master graduates. And it's actually not often that you will find such a low unemployment rate. I think that's all for now. So if you have questions, please feel free to either write them in the chat or unmute yourself and then ask them to me, and then we can take them. And I will stop sharing my screen.